Welcome back to your Caribou Data Science channel, and welcome back Rumble also. Don't forget if you're on Facebook, don't forget to click the like and then click on the share, and share this video with one of your friends today. If you're on Rumble, don't forget to punch that Rumble button and then click on the either share or the embed button and share the link to this video with some of your friends today. Okay, this is I think it's part 2 of the prevalence of drug use disorders in the U.S. by age. I'm actually going to be using a R markdown file today. This is a continuation of previous things. First of all, let's come up here and fix a couple things here. Let's see. We don't want anything get between us and our program. So go load some libraries first. Don't know what the devil that is. Well, we'll load a few libraries here first of all. This is going to be a very quick walk, so I'm not going to explain a lot of the code. Let's just do this here again. Okay, let's come back down here now. Let's just load a little data up in here, shall we? All this does is reads in a data file, pulls out the data for the U.S., then gets rid of a couple of the columns because we want interest in the U.S. Does some column renames here. Then we use a select statement to rearrange the columns. Okay. Next over here, we're going to do plots of then we're going to do 2 quick plots here. Okay. R. We'll do this. Come down here. Okay. Now we'll do a couple quick plots. We're going to do a plot of all age and sexes percent, and an age standardized percent, which I'm not sure what that means, but let's just run this code up here. Run these 2 plots here. So this is an age standardized percent. Okay. This is all age percent. So for the all combined age groups is 3.25%. Okay. This is prevalence. Prevalence means the percentage of the population that is for these age groups that are using drugs. Okay. Let's do this. Like I said, it's going to be very, very quick. Okay. So now we got those two plots out of the way. What else we got to do here? Okay. I'm going to do plots for these two ages here. All right. Come back over here. Run these two plots. Oh, I forgot this part here. Very important. Well, I do have the plot log. Okay. Now this is kind of interesting here. Okay. Let's do this so you can see what age longer actually does. Okay. Age longer takes this wide data set here, converts it into a long data set with one row for each year and for each age group. Uh, the percent is just the value divided by 100. That will be formatted in our ggplot2. It'll look like a percent. Okay. So where are we over here now? So now we're going to do this here. We're going to calculate the okay, and this is exactly what you get. You get the year, the age group, the value, which is the very important in the original data set. Divide it by 100. That gives us the raw percent. So when we actually use the percent function in ggplot2, it'll display as a percent. Now we're going to come over here and we're going to plot these two groups over here. Again, we're using the age longer bracket we just saw. Uh, Error in blank. Let's see something here. Oh, that doesn't belong there. So let's run these two again. These are the two individual age groups you can see here. This is for the age group of oh shoot, why is that like that doesn't make any sense, does it? Okay, let's get rid of this for right now. Not quite sure why that's doing that. It should be giving us a percent total. Back there, 4.5%. So let's try it one more time. So once again, this doesn't make any sense. So this doesn't make any sense, does it? Just for the sake of purpose, we're not going to worry about that too much. So you can see 5 to 14 spiked in 2000 above 2%, maybe as high as 3%. While the second group is 15 to 49 spiked above 5.5%. Okay. Now we should be able to use the format as a percent because you go into 1, 2, okay, and 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Huh. We'll come back to that later on, okay? So now we're going to do over here then. Percent of age groups by age group 14 to 70. Okay, so this is the main group here, okay? So let's come down here like so, do this. 1, 2, 3. You see this chained filter. I shouldn't have to do that. Okay, I should be able to include those with like an or statement within the filter statement. But for whatever reason, this isn't working. And that's what this looks like by age group. Okay. These down here are the purple. So one of these is age. One of these is that 14, 10 to 14. The others 70 and older. Okay, which has basically no drug abuse record at all. Okay, so this concludes prevalence of drug use by disorders for the U.S. by age group. Uh, what did we look at today? We looked at two very important functions here. We saw column functions again. We saw select to rearrange columns. Then we come down here and we created a pivot longer, which is this right here. So we went from here to here. And once you do it a couple times, it's actually quite easy. This is the data frame, and this is the columns, start and end column. Okay, so this that you see over here, start as an age. So what happens? Any column that's not part of this statement here is used as the row identifier, as the row name. So since year wasn't included here, year becomes the row name. Okay, that's a very useful function. And then I took this number and I divided the app longer value by 100 and did a head. Okay, let's come up here. Then I did two plots. I did a plot for 5 to 14 age group and 15 to 49 age groups. Then I did a plot of all age groups, 14 to 70. Note the 14 it's actually from 10 to 70. Okay, so let's actually change this here. That should make it maybe a little bit more clear. Okay, and as I noted, I shouldn't have to chain these filter statements like that, but I wasn't going to work right, so I just came back over here. This is the percent of the U.S. population for both sexes by year. So you can see that here, this brownish one, which is age 19, say 15 and 19, started at about 5% in 1990, and now actually spiked back here, and now it's actually down about 7%. Okay, and so forth. Yeah, as you can see, the under age 14 and the over age and the 70 up to age 70 don't have a lot of activity right now. Okay, so let's just run this thing once from the top, and we'll call it good. All right. Data source as always. U.S. prevalence drug use disorders by age, all sexes. This is an all age percent, so this will be the percent for all age groups combined. That's pretty simple. Started below 2.5 back in 1990. We started tracking these things. Now, as of 2015-16, this up to was 3.25%. So 3.25% of the population is using some form of illicit drug use. The age standardized. Now, honestly, I don't know what this means. Okay, I actually asked a question with it on Our World and Data site. See if they get back with me. Now we take the two other age groups, so 5 to 14 and 15 to 49. Now we should be able to convert this to percent. So this is about 2%, 1.8%, so forth. You can see it actually fell back down a little bit after spiking here. Now the second group is the 15 to 49 group. Now of course this is going to be this is going to include all the major groups with most problem is. Again, as high as about 6%, below like 3%. Okay. Now we take a look by age groups. This is what we got. This is no surprise. The 19 and the 24. You know, so this should be no surprise. The 19 to 34 group is the most problems here. All showed an increase over the course of since 1990. All these groups have shown an upward trend. Okay, unfortunately. Anyway, so that concludes a very quick report on age group prevalence of drug use, percentage of drug use in the U.S. population by age group, and of course, it should be no surprise that this is continuing to climb at a fairly good percentage rate. Okay. Anyway, thanks so much for your time today. I hope you found this helpful and useful, and we'll catch you later on a different report. And by the way, don't forget to click on that like button in YouTube and click that share button. Share this report. I know you have someone who is interested in this drug-related question. Okay, and if you're on Rumble, punch that Rumble button. Click on the embed or the share. Share this report with one person today. Okay. Tragically, I'm sure each one of you knows someone whose life has been impacted by drug use. So they may find this interesting, but certainly informative. Okay. Thanks so much for your time, folks. We'll catch you on a later report.